Hello, this is Jacqueline here. So for this deliverable, we worked a lot on getting the three different views set up for the requester, the data steward, and the admin. We also added some visually appealing elements to personalize our application with UGA colors. However, there were quite a few things that we plan on getting done in this sprint that will require more effort than we initially had thought. So we definitely will be working this weekend and a lot next week to try to finish up what we weren't able to fully complete, and then, of course, complete the next sprint on time. So we were able to create different views for all the tables so that the different users can view and edit requests that specifically pertain to them. So let me go into preview mode. So the requester can only view requests that they specifically made. So you can see here's some examples, whereas the data steward can view their past requests, which either have been approved or denied, or their open requests, which are either on hold or pending further action. And from here, the data steward can manage their open requests. We haven't been able to fully get the form to work yet. We're still working with global actions. We do have them built in the background, and they were working earlier, but for some reason they're not showing up in our user interface. But we do have it set up, create access request, and then create revoke request. But as you can see, when I click on the revoke request form, nothing shows up, even though I set it up to do that in the community builder. So definitely gonna have to figure that out. But for now, they're able to manage the requests just through using the form. So they can go and click edit and then change the status to either approved, denied, on hold, whatever they choose. And you can also click to view more of the details by just clicking on the number. Don't know what that is. I'll have to figure that out later too. So yeah, you can do that for the data steward. So yeah, same with create access requests. There should be a form here, and we have it set up in global actions, but I don't know if it's being glitchy or if it's something with permissions or something, but that's something that we're going to have to look more into for future deliverables. And as far as the admin view, you can view all of the access requests. So we created a view where you can view all access requests that anybody has put in, whereas where the requester can only see ones that specifically they have put in. You can see, the status, job function, blah, blah, blah. Let's take a look at the system audit log. So this is a view called all requests, and it doesn't have, so for our data model, we're a little bit confused right now on how to connect the access request and the revoke request to the main request object, if that makes sense. Because it's sort of like an inheritance relationship, so we don't know if it should be like a lookup or a master detail relationship, and how exactly to go about that, because there's fields in the general request schema for revoke requests or access requests, but right now there's none linked. So we're just trying to figure out the best way to do that and how to get it all to show up on the same form. And they can go to manage users, pretty much the same table as the data steward. Yeah, it is the same table. So right now there's no form because, again, we're having issues with the global actions, but you can still go and edit or delete from here. So you can change the access level to either having access or no access. And obviously we need to get rid of the delete function because we don't want to have anyone deleting anybody for auditability purposes. Okay, so additionally, we're trying to also figure out how to get the emails to work. We set up a Gmail account that emails from our app will come from. It's called scrumdogsteam@gmail.com. But we're still working, either we're trying to figure out if it's a global action or if we use the processes to get the email to automatically send when you submit a form or when you change anything, any sort of access type. So that's still in the works, but we're making steps. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show you. We were also kind of confused on, let me go to my schema, because we were a little bit confused on if we should use the person's data type or if we should use users, because it's kind of weird trying to manage it all like this when specific users should have specific permissions. So should we try to get people to log in and give different users different access, or just have sort of one view like this? Because it's just going to be confusing, because if we put in a request, it's just going to go to the data steward, and then they're going to be able to see just the request that they put in, which is kind of doesn't really make sense. Seems like a little bit counterintuitive, but yeah, that's pretty much all we have for today. Hopefully we'll have a lot more next week, but stay tuned. Thanks.